This is S40 to St. George Ferry. Next stop, Frank W. Gay Boulevard and Chelsea Road. This stop is Frank W. Gay Boulevard and Chelsea Road. Next stop, Chelsea Road and Bloomfield Avenue. This stop is Chelsea Road and Bloomfield Avenue. Next stop, Forest Avenue and Goethals Road North. This stop is Forest Avenue and Goethals Road North. Next stop, Forest Avenue and U8 Theaters. This stop is Forest Avenue and U8 Theaters. Next stop, Forest Avenue and Lilac Court. This stop is Forest Avenue and Lilac Court. Next stop, Forest Avenue and South Avenue. Transfers available to S48 and S46. This stop is Forest Avenue and South Avenue. Next stop, South Avenue and Netherland Avenue. This stop is South Avenue and Netherland Avenue. Next stop, South Avenue and Brabant Street. This stop is South Avenue and Brabant Street. Next stop, South Avenue and Arlington Place. This stop is South Avenue and Arlington Place. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and South Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and South Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Post Lane. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Post Lane. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Andrus Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Andrus Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Harbor Road. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Harbor Road. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Union Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Union Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Van Pelt Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Van Pelt Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Lake Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Lake Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Houseman Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Houseman Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Granite Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Granite Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Morning Star Road. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Morning Star Road. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and John Street. This stop is Richmond Terrace and John Street. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Nicholas Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Nicholas Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Sharp Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Sharp Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Faber Street. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Faber Street. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Maple Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Maple Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Park Avenue. Transfers available to S53, S57, S59 and S66. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Park Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Hibberton Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Hibberton Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Jewett Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Jewett Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Rector Street. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Rector Street. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Bodine Street. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Bodine Street. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Taylor Street. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Taylor Street. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Alaska Street. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Alaska Street. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Tompkins Court. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Tompkins Court. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Broadway. Transfer available to S54. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Broadway. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and North Burger Avenue. Transfer available to S54. This stop is Richmond Terrace and North Burger Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Beamont Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Beamont Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Davis Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Davis Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Bard Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Bard Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Snug Harbor Road. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Snug Harbor Road. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Sailors SH Gate. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Sailors SH Gate. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Clinton Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Clinton Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Lafayette Avenue. Transfer available to S44. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Lafayette Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Franklin Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Franklin Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Jersey Street. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Jersey Street. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Westervelt Avenue. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Westervelt Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and St. Peter's Place. This stop is Richmond Terrace and St. Peter's Place. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Nicholas Street. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Nicholas Street. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Stuyvesant Place. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Stuyvesant Place. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Wall Street. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Wall Street. Next stop, Richmond Terrace and Schuyler Street. Transfers available to S46, S48, S51, S61, S74, S76 and S78. This stop is Richmond Terrace and Schuyler Street. Next stop, St. George Ferry. Transfers available to Staten Island Ferry, Staten Island Railway, S46, S48, S61, S51, S74, S76 and S78. This stop is St. George Ferry.